Okay, now, so this will be a tutorial for the editing of the banner of PSM3. So if you go to the beginning, so basically you have to change the picture de Swamiji, that is one. The background, the deities, you have to merge them in the background, and then also the specific what you will learn aspect will be need to be changed. The content needs to be changed, date needs to be changed, and that's about it. You can also change the color of the background in this place, and then the day, which day this needs to be changed as well. So I will just show you how to do that. So basically, first, introduction to layers. So these are all layers on top of each other, which make this design. You can even see for Swamiji, we have a background color layer. All of that is combined. You can play with it so you can see which layer is which, because you have to find them back to change them. Here, the legal part. And then here is the color that is on top of the background, which makes it less visible because otherwise it will be too overpowering. Some layers are very small, like you see, these are light of behind Swamiji, essentially. That's Swamiji itself, so you have to get a new picture of the SPH and cut it out. It has to be full size, so it can be sitting on the ground. It cannot be cut off because cut off will not look good in this banner. You can see some layers are, not flicked on. You cannot see them, but it's because I was just playing with it before. And then you see this is the emblem. This is the block. Um, so this is the title, the background title. Title is actually connected to many layers. So you group them and then you can talk off and on. Even the legal trademark is there as well. So you can talk it off and on. Okay, that is about it for the layers in the background. So now you want to change them. So you can see here the legal background has not been turned on yet. So you have to go back and change that. So, okay. So for example, if you have new content that is different, you go to the content sheets. So for the next day, for example, July 7, you see here all the content. You have to put them inside in the same way it is done before. So you see here the deity is Tripurari. You put it here. So you pick only one name. You don't have to add what it was in brackets. Darshan. So now you change the day to day 8. Yep. Then the content has to be changed. This is a power. Okay, now this is the power. In the back is the power. The problem is if you don't have the font, it will change it to some other font, which is not nice. So I think it did that. So you have to add Angie, which I did, but it's not recognizing it, just as a different font. So you have to upload it and check why it's not coming. Yeah, actually it's not there, so I need to add it later. That might take some time. I'm not sure where I have my fonts. So the same for this one, initiations. This is the initiation. Okay, and then what you'll learn as well, same way. Transform with addictions into powers. So now you have added the content. The day is July 7. You change that. Okay, so I go very fast. Um, so on the left side, you see all the options you have for the text. So the other options I can explain later, but this is the text. Okay, so now the picture. So you're going to create based on the content artificial intelligence pictures. For example, for the initiations, you can put a picture for the what you will learn. You can put a picture. Um, so the way to do that is get the content and ask Nityananda what it would preferably be put as content. So make something that's relevant that people will feel attracted to. So for example, translate with addictions into powers can be one. Um, build collective entirety, become leader. See, also leadership is very important. So you can ask Nityananda what it would put. A visual. Ask it like this. Create a visual that represents the a description of a visual, that represent the above content, or that it describes. It is for an image uh, that is IA generated. Make make it 475. The reason why it has to be 475 characters is because we're going to use Bing AI, and you cannot do anything above 475 characters. You cannot implement anything that is above that. So it has to be 475 characters. And that's about it. You can see what it gives you. So it looks more than 475 characters, but we can try if Bing AI accepts it. In Bing AI, there's two options to implement image the prompt. There is one general website which just has a place for prompting, and there is also the chat as well, the Copilot. So sometimes the Copilot is taking longer than 475 characters, so we can try that as well. This one now is loading, so you just have to wait for that. I would say this is useful, especially when you can put details. For example, when you're able to integrate this into image and details, it will give you a very specific look. You can see here there's a female with a beard, so it doesn't understand, I think, gender. So I don't think this is a good picture. See, and also like we avoid adding faces, so this is might be better. But you can see here they added these kind of Buddhist elements. You have to blend them out because it's not good. It's loading. Okay, so now you're going to add this picture into the other picture. So you have to select, you open the layer section as well. So you select that, make it a layer. Then you have to basically copy this layer and paste it in the other layer. You have to put it underneath this layer because this is covering it. So that has to be underneath. So on top of this layer because this is the lowest layer. So you put it here. See, now we added that layer. I added like what I did. I added a new layer through this one. It was easier to do, but it doesn't have to be like that. You can just copy paste it. So now you added this inside. You can move it around. Just open the layer panel. Click on the layer. This is Swamiji. Okay, here it is. So you can move it around and then it will become part of the design as well. So now this is the harder part, which initially you have to learn. So you can see here, okay, depends on your laptop, how fast it is, it will give you, a better result. Sometimes it just disappears because the laptop's not able to track picture or something like that. Okay, so for the photopy, sometimes it disappears. I'm not sure why. There's probably some reason my laptop is not able to handle it. Depends on your laptop. I will also make this file less. Actually, I made this file less heavy already, but I'm using the file that is quite heavier. So depending on the heaviness of the file, it will be able to take it easily. Okay, so now you see this, all of this, right? We will have to blend it. We have to blend the site so that it looks better. And, you can see the details and it becomes part of the background. So how to do that? You click on this brush and then you click on layers and then you click on here, background. So you add a mask. You need to ask a vector mask. And so now what you do, you're going to blend. You could make the size of the brush bigger. Okay, and then you just have to, yeah, no, that's not good. So you mean to make the opacity also less, low, less, smooth, 50%. Just play with it because it will not always be the same or you don't want the same result. So you need to actually play with it and just make it like in the way that you want it, essentially. So you go back and then yeah, now you have to put on top of the layer, you have to move it. So it actually has to be black, I think, because you're removing the sides. Go back and see if you're doing something. So my screen has gone very big. I'm not sure why that is. Some error. I might just restart the screen because it's not looking well. See, you have done what I've done. I made some shift here. It has to be black because see, the context is you're going to be putting black on white and then it will remove it altogether. So now you see it's blended by a little bit. You see now it's getting blended in the background. and it's looking better. Now it's going away. So you see all of that. It's actually very nice. Of course, we're going to remove this picture because it's not relevant, right? But this one, now you see how it's blended in the background. And the next step is to shift it to different, color grade. Oh, this is nice. You can see how this blends in the background, how it looks part of the background. It's not feeling so separate. If you want to remove more, you just remove the sides. You remove more of it. For example, it feels too crowdy. You want to remove. But the first thing is I'm going to remove this first part because it doesn't look good, right? It's looking a lot. So now you have to find that part, all your layers. So actually, it's best that you organize your layers so you don't have to actually think too much where things are, or you don't have to look for things. Because if you have to look for things, it takes away your time. So even I don't know where things are because I made it a little bit back. You just see what is what. So I made it a group, development content. You can organize your layers, but sometimes you will just see it, whatever the layer is. And you see here, these parts are design elements. This part is just content, um, content sessions. You see here the content and sessions is in one group. The title actually, it should come here because this is not used. I'm gonna move this. And then the front part will be, you will see, if you want to find something, you will look, this has to be shown in a similar way. So you have to find it like it has to, it will show like this. You see this was here and now it's removed, right? And now you see it much better. All the details. So sometimes it's not, going back. Yeah, now it's becoming smaller and smaller. Then you have to click on this button. It will give you the place that you want. So you want to check how the color scheme is here. I think I like it a lot. The thing is, what I want to change is you see here how it's not working well. It's not blending. And also here you see the elements of the cosmos, but they are not looking nice because it's too much content. So what you do, you blend it more, then you remove some parts of that previous design. So you click here, click there, and then you just remove it by clicking on, yeah, you have to first click on the layer, this one. Oh no, let me go back. This one, you have to click on this, select this. And then once you select that, you can use the brush to remove it with black. This has to be black. You see on the left side is black color. Sometimes it takes some time depending on your laptop speeds. Sometimes it will, not be that quick. So you just have to try again and see if it's removing it. So again, it's not removing. I think it's because of my Somewhere my Wi-Fi is slow. That's what I feel. So I'll just remove some of my tabs on my computer. But sometimes when it's not working, you can see if it's actually reacting or sometimes it's frozen. That's the thing with this kind of online Photoshops. You have to work with them. They will not always work with you, but you just have to find a way to get it. So again, you go to the layer and you have to move in the same way as we did before. So click on it. Hmm. Opacity. Okay, maybe let me see if that's the reason why it's not coming because opacity was okay. Some way I put it 0 or it went automatically to 0. Yeah, now it's coming. You see, I kind of move until it looks more clean. Now, when it looks more clean, it looks better, right? It doesn't look this overpowering and messy. So sometimes when you make a new design, it just looks messy because so many things going on, right? So, okay, now you see this. This one looks very good. And then, so that is one part of the design. Now we go to the other sides. Oh, no, not that one. You have to move. So now we want to add a deity that is relevant to the darshan. So yeah, again, move inside. So this is not Tripurari Murti, right? So you just add this and search in Google, find a good representation of that. Tripurari Murti. Sometimes Swamiji's banners have this Murti. I sometimes there was a name also, a different name, Tripurantakar Murti. Maybe we should add it because maybe it's more relevant name. See what the images give you. Yeah, nothing actually. If it's not giving anything, we can actually add Padmashiva because Swamiji is Padmashiva. It's relevant to his energy. If not, then yeah. Actually, this is it, right? So I think we have to change it to Triparanaka since it seems to be yes, they use it this name also in Swamiji's yeah, in Swamiji's banner. So you take this. Or which one is the most relevant? Yeah, they use this name as well. Okay, Totaparandaka. So you have to be careful also. If you take the right, I'm not sure which one is right. I think this one I saw was being used previously in the banners. Let me check. Because uh, you see here in small which data they use, and this is usually approved. I mean, this is approved 100% actually, not usually. Wait, let me go back. Oh, you see here, it's with a, yeah. So if you see this kind of deity, it's with a, like a spare or something. Tripantaka. Yeah, okay, this is correct. Tripantaka and Tripantaka is the same, so you can use this one. They use a similar one. Of course, to approve process, these buttons get reviewed. So if there's anything that's speech change, we'll let you know. But yeah, we can use this one. So you just click on that and then you save it. And then you put it into Photopea in the same way, but you put it on the left side. Open it. And then now what you can do for this image, you can remove the background. Okay. So in Photopea, there will be a button to do that. You just go over all the options we have and see where it is. Yeah, remove background. Now it will be removing background for you. It will be through AI, sorry. So you can see here, this is removed, right? And you do the same thing. You go here and then you central copy. You go to the page itself, central paste, and then for come. You have to put it actually in the layer section. So you first click on the layer section. You can do this under the color. In this one, you can put a layer here, new layer, remove one so you have cleanly, and then you paste it. So now it's there, very small, but it's enough. Now you have two. I think accidentally I did two. Okay, I don't know where I put this, where it came from. Seems there's two, but not getting where it's gone. Yeah, okay, it was already added. We need to find out where it was added because in the beginning I did central. Okay, it was added there. So remove this. It has to go underneath the blue background, which will be the best. So now you see here, you move it to the side. Okay, first of all, remove the Paramashiva layer. Remove it, both. And then now you can use this one. So sometimes you don't find things. My brain is like that. So now, the way to change the size, you edit and you have to put free transform. Oh no, you first click on the layer itself. Edit, free transform. And then you open that. So it gets opened. And there it is, right? It has to be, actually, I'm not sure if it has to be bigger or small. Like, normally it's bigger, but in the banners that we saw on the, yeah, it's smaller, right? They didn't, don't put it bigger. So we can, I think it's fine. I will check on that. But yeah, so same way you make it like different. You play with these kind of settings. It has to blend nicely. Something that blends nicely is fine. You know, it's kind of hard with these kind of images because they don't have nice, way of. Oh, wait. I was clicking the law around place. For some reason, it goes to that as well. If you have layers who bother you, just remove them because they will bother you for a long time. So I think some of that color I actually quite find it nice, even though it's overwhelming. This one is super nice. You can see how it looks. Sorry. I'm used to working with Photoshop, and normally there's a setting on my keyboard that makes it go expansion. And so that's why I click that. But in this one, it's different. So you make it maybe a little bigger. You can make it bigger in the sense we have space. In other banners, there was maybe no space. So I like really, I like this. So you see how this is coming together, right? So on the last part, okay, we have to remove some of this part because it looks a little bit off. Like you have to again blend it. And I was thinking also changing the color because it looks the same as the other banner. So it doesn't look that well. So yeah, just to move some of the parts that feel like it's a little bit too much. Okay, and then you see that. So that will be fine. If you feel the color is a little bit too much, you can try to change the color. Maybe remove the vibrance a little bit. Okay, so we'll move it a little bit. Yeah, you can see this is looking a bit better. And when you do that, sometimes with layers, you have to be careful. Okay, let me just remove some layers because it's becoming very messy here. So you have to be very careful where you put adjustment layer. So now I put an adjustment layer on top. But you have to be careful that you're not uh, affecting the other layers essentially. So here, that adjustment layer, because my currently my whole setup is a little bit skewed. I don't know why. I'm not able to like make it smaller, but normally you see this as separate and you can click on this button. Okay, this button, sorry. So now the vibrance color will only go to that one. Oh, this is why it was adjusting it. I see. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when you put this kind of effect on top of a image, it will not be uh showing effect if you try to change the color because it's like a blend mode. What a blend mode means, based on the background color, it will change its color, right? So color dodge means based on what is in the background, it will make a certain color. So if you try to change just this image, you will have issues just to change that because you have to change the background in order for this image to change. It will not just change on its own because it doesn't have its own color base. The color base comes from the background. So, background. Yeah, so basically, if you want to change that, you have to change the background essentially. So we'll see if we'll do that. So what you can also do, see, I'm going over it quite quickly, but you can restart this video anytime and watch it again. This is why I make these kind of tutorials because it's easier for you to, and easier for me also. Um, yeah, so what we can do, can actually change the background layer and then just blend out the rest. So now you change the background layer. Yeah, you can see it's changing a little bit because it's not the only background layer that's affecting the image. And then what you do, if the background layer has changed, you can put it on top as well. But then just make the color for a certain area only. So for example, you put a layer on top because when you put a layer on top, it will affect the bottom. See how much it affected. So now you again put this mask and you're going to remove all the parts that you don't want to be affected. So it gets colored again. See, normally I have more space, but because somewhere, somehow it got bigger, I don't have space, but yeah, you can still work with it. Next time I will show you, I'll find out why it's not changed. Okay, so you again go here, you can make it black. Just remove all the parts you don't want to be affected for this layer. You can see it here, what you have done, what you have done with the blending mode, you can see here. Yeah, again, it's kind of slow. So yeah, when slow, you just have to wing it. See, the reason also why is because I'm sharing my screen and that adds another layer of slow. So just stop sharing my screen, I think, and then come back. It just takes a few minutes, but I will just show you the result. Basically, what I'm going to do is remove the color, the adjustment layer. It's like what you can also do, make this, change this to less, and see the color comes back. Yeah. So mainly you want this part to be affected, right? So you make sure this is white, the rest is black. What you can also do, uh, add a color to this, like fill it with black. Layer, new fill layer, color fill, and black. Oh, yeah, you have to add a layer. This one. Yeah, in Photoshop it's different. That's why I'm trying. But basically, we can try it this way if this is working. Ah, see now it's working. You see everything is now filled with black. So to reverse it, you add white. White on top of this only. Yeah, I think something is quite slow right now. So if it's not coming, then you can just leave it for now. But I'll stop sharing my screen. One moment. I'll just try it without sharing my screen. Oh, okay, I understand why. For some reason, I don't know why, it becomes, there's this error or something. It just goes to zero, the opacity, it goes to zero. Somewhere it makes it zero and then it's not able to open. You see now I put it on 39 and it goes. See, you only put this one, so this one is affected by it, so that's how it is. And then you put it opacity to higher and then the colors. So basically what you do, you put a black layer into this field, which is the masking. You do this by clicking on this paint bucket tool and add black. Black has to be foreground color, and then you put it inside by clicking on it, and then it will add. Okay, so next part will be, yeah, so go back and then, okay, you see this, I feel it's a lot of things happening. So I'll see how we can remove some, make it less overwhelming when the content. Okay, so next part, yeah, this one I didn't do actually yet. This title I didn't change. So We can add the title, what do you feel is the most relevant to the day? Transform your addictions into powers. For example, so you again zoom in. I think I zoomed in again. For some reason, it's so big and it's not coming back. Okay, now you go back. So this part is big, right? Normally it's not that big. Okay, you zoom into this one, liberate the title. So whatever you feel is the most relevant in the title, you copy paste that from the base. But if you're not able to copy paste, sometimes it's error. Just go back and you look, okay, what is the most relevant? Transforming the indexes into powers, build collective integrity, integrity to become a leader, leadership through superpowers. I think leadership through superpower is the most relevant. So people know exactly what it is about. So you have to click on the layer, then on the text, and then change it. Okay, so now if it's not directly clicking, you just remove it manually. And then you add it. You can make it a little bit bigger because it has to look, relevant and readable. So select it and then you go to the size and make it bigger. This is good actually. It's very good. And then, yeah, so that's about it. Let me just see what else is there. Yeah, so now we're going to change Swamiji's picture and then also change the background color. I don't want blue, I want something else, something that's more vibrant. See, leadership might be blue, but we have used this color scheme for previous banners, so I want to see if you can, yeah, maybe add gradient or something. So, what about yellow or something yellow type? Will be nice. So you just add that in the layer. See, for the gradient, what a gradient does essentially is gradient tool, and then you have to go over the slide and make it the size on. Okay, you can put it on the top as well. But basically, whatever I clicked on is not the whole thing, the whole color scheme. It's only a part of it. You have to see what is affecting what. So here, this one is a very big part of the background. You just click on it and you see this. This is not really nice. Because it was the other one was blue, it would merge nicely. Hmm. You can make it less obvious and change some details. Yeah, I think this is nice. I think we keep it with dark colors because the title is so vibrant. So let me see what kind of dark color. Maybe green or red or something. So dark red. Make it like maroon. Put it the same place. So now you see this is better. Again, you go back into the banner. You see somewhere this mask affected certain parts, but you can make this mask a little bit more heavy. No, actually, the gradient is not completely good. I want the gradient that is going from dark to a little bit lighter, or maybe it's just a slightly different color. So that will be looking better. Go back. So this one is nice, but it can be more heavy. The color, I removed some of the transparency before. So let us not do that. Go back. and click on it and make it higher. So you see that now it's better, right? It's less overpowering. We see here this color of this Parameshri home is not good anymore. So we have to change it to the similar color because it has to all come together. Okay, this is one. It looks quite good. So now we're going to add Swamiji's picture. For that, I don't really have a picture ready. So uh, maybe we can do this in the next video because otherwise it will be such a long video. Yeah, let's end with this video, and for the next video, we're going to change Swamiji's picture and do some, details on the color scheme and all of that.